Hi everyone, I'm Trina. Welcome to my channel. You guys might have already watched one of my videos, which was my unique and rare boy names. And so this is actually going to be unique and rare girl names. Do you want to say hello?
Hello, I named Vivienna. Hello.
Sorry guys, we had a little catastrophe where he knocked over all of my equipment, but it's what it's like to be a mom. So if you're a mom who already has kids, you understand. And if you're currently pregnant, and that's why you're looking at baby names, it's gonna be a fun ride. So some of the unique girls' names I had on my list, I wanted to just give a quick disclaimer that I really tried to make sure that they were actually rare. So none of the names will be in the top 100 ranking. And I also have the number that they're ranked at in terms of the US anyway. So of course the name rankings differ from country to country, but for the US they are ranked below the top 100. So I will get started. Name number 1 on my list is the name Adalyn. I actually really like names that end in Lyn. It might be because my middle name is Raylan, but I think that they can be fun, and I really like the sound of Adalyn.
Oh. I just want to say, I have someone called Abigail, and I just want to pop in and say, please like and subscribe, hit the little bell, and hit that little bell. I just did it. No. Okay, you know what? No. I just want to say, the beginning of it, that name had it, and I like that, and I like it since it has the part of my crush.
You're who?
I have a crush on someone named Abigail.
Okay. I politely kicked the children out of the room. I don't think Adalyn sounds like the name Abigail, although I think they're both nice names. Still, my 7-year-old talking about having a crush on somebody. It's wild. Anyway, Adalyn is ranked number 137 on the list, which means that it's a rare name because it's not in the top 100, but you'll still run into some people named Adalyn if you were to name your daughter that. So most likely there'd be someone in her school named Adalyn, although most likely not in the exact same class. Number 2 on my list is the name Cecily. This one is more rare. I don't think I've ever met anybody who's actually named Cecily. It's ranked number 1,307, sorry. And it's actually a derivative of the name Cecilia, which you've probably heard before. And so Cecily is something very rare if you're looking for a name that people might say, oh, I've never heard that before. Or if you're looking to never run into another Cecily. The third name on my list is the name Odessa. I've also never met anybody named Odessa. I think it's very pretty. It's not really my typical style because usually I don't like names that start with O for some reason, but I absolutely love the name Odessa. I think I don't know what it is. I just think it's very feminine and like strange, but I think in a good way. I think I like strange things, so I like the name Odessa. Then it's ranked 2,554th. So very, very rare. Again, you're very unlikely to run into another little girl named Odessa if that's what you choose to name your child. Number 4 on my list is the name Ensley. This name is ranked 578. So most likely you may run into another one sometime, but there wouldn't be a lot of Ensleys that you're running into. So I think it's pretty, I think it's unique, and it still sounds quite feminine. Number 5 on my list. This name is very near and dear to me because, as you might have seen in one of my other videos, I talked about how when I became pregnant with my first son, I was convinced I was having a little girl. So I had a name picked out for that little girl, and the name was Scout. The only other person I've heard named Scout is actually Scout Willis, like Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter. I haven't heard of anybody else actually named Scout, unless you're a literary fan and you've read the book To Kill a Mockingbird, the little girl, her name is not actually Scout, it's her nickname, but still, they call her Scout throughout the book, and it was definitely one of my favorites. I'm a fan of the classics. Anyway, I don't think I'd be using Scout in the future because when I did find out I was having a boy, we chose our boy name, and the name Scout feels very tied for me anyway to that first pregnancy. So if I did find out that I was having another baby and it was a girl, that's not one of the names that would be on my list. Number 6 is the name Jaxie. The name Jaxie is ranked, sorry, just let me check, 4,232. So surprisingly, the name Jax is actually a very popular name for boys, but the name Jaxie is very unheard of for a little girl. I actually heard the name on an episode of Teen Mom. So if you watch that show, you've probably heard the name Jaxie as well, but if not, it is a very rare name. I don't think you'd be meeting a lot of little girls named Jaxie, and I think it's super cute, personally. Name number 7 on my list is the name Vivienna. I couldn't find a ranking for this name. There's names like Vivian, which are ranked, but Vivienna is not currently ranked. Something that I'd call as a nickname would be like Vivi. I think it's super cute. I really like V names because you don't hear them very often. Another name on my list that I'll share with you guys is the name Kizzie. I like it. It's kind of like the name Izzy, but with a K, and it's ranked 11,291. So another very rare name that you wouldn't run into, but I think it's a really cute name for a little girl, Kizzie. Yeah. Next is the name Elsie. It's ranked 247. The only thing I honestly don't love about this name is that it does sound like the name Elsa, and as you guys probably know, the movie Frozen, it's super popular. All the little girls are dressing up to be like Elsa. So I don't know if I personally would pick the name Elsie at this time because I do think that there could be some confusion there, but I do think it's a pretty name. And then the last name on my list, number 10, it's definitely one of them that I could see myself potentially naming a daughter in the future, is the name Navy. Ranked 707, so again, very rare, but it doesn't sound too crazy or out there. I like names that are colors sometimes. I think that it's interesting. So the name Navy is number 10 on my list. So that is my list of girl names. Let me know what you think. If you think that the names are cute as well, if you don't like them, if you don't think they're rare enough, do you guys like the format in which I tell you where they're ranked? Let me know as well. And yeah, I am planning on making more baby name lists. Next week, I should have one coming out that's unisex names, which I'm really excited for because I like a lot of unisex names that could go either way. And I know sometimes when we're waiting until the baby's actually born to find out the sex, sometimes it can be cool to have some unisex names that could work for either a boy or a girl. So that's coming up next week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I'd really appreciate if you could like and subscribe because I'll have more baby name lists coming down the pipe, and I also do some clothing hauls. So thank you all. Hope you have a good rest of your day.